Right people, this is HMP Northumberland. So we're just going to do a little visit around here and tell people what the staff are really like in this place. It's a Category C prison which used to be run by HMP service, but now it's run by Sodexo. So we're just going to have a little wander around and see what the staff have been up to lately, because there's been a lot of corruption going on in this place. So we're just going to make our way around, see what any staff have got to say, and see if any of the corrupt staff are still here. That's the paedophile side there, that's the paedophile side. Actually on that side there, that's where they have the people who make the face masks for the NHS. So, in my opinion, paedophiles shouldn't be making face masks for NHS, because paedophiles are making face masks for the NHS. Paedophiles shouldn't be making face masks for the NHS, because the NHS have to put them things on their face. So if you can only imagine what a paedophile might do to the face mask, that has to go on the face of an NHS worker for the things. Yeah. So we're just making our way around now. The staff seem to be leaving just as we're doing it. Oh, one seems to have stopped there. Yes, there's another one, yeah. Yeah. Have we got any opinion? One seems to want to stop and have something to say. I think I'll walk up and see if he's got anything to say. Alright, bye! Oh, hang on, they've stopped still. So we'll go up and have a little chat. We're just walking up towards the staff now to see if they've got any comments to say about the corruption that goes on inside the prison. So we'll see what they have to say. Hello lads and lads. Just wondering if you have anything to say about the corruption that goes on in this prison. Anything to say? Nothing to say? No? Okay then, we'll walk round the reception. Bye! Yes, no comment from the staff. As the staff have no comment, it's obvious why the staff have no comment, because they know the way that other staff behave in this establishment, getting paid thousands of pounds. Yes, there's another one there. No, nothing to say. Right, so we'll make our way around. We're going to try and get ourselves to reception. See the staff is about to leave. Question them on some of the things that have been going on in this prison, because I know quite a lot about the things that have been going on in this prison. No, they don't seem to have anything to say, the ones that have pulled up. Here's another one, yeah, I wonder if this one's got anything to say. See if it's anyone in particular. No. So yes, this is a Category C prison. Used to be run, like I say, by Her Majesty's Prison Service, but now it's run by Sodexo. And the corruption that goes on in this prison. I'm ashamed to say that I was in here for 4 years. Oh, there's another officer here. Yes, that one had nothing to say as well, so we'll just keep walking, see what staff have got to say. See, now the staff that work here get off at 5 o'clock. Oh, hang on. No, nothing to say from that one as well. So we'll just keep working our way down to reception. This is the main entrance here, so we're just going to keep walking down to reception. See what they have to say. obviously when corruption's going on in prisons like this, things need mentioned about it, because the staff that are bringing drugs in, mobile phones, etc., we need to speak about it. So we're on our way to reception now, and we will soon find out if the staff have anything to say. Just there it is there. HMP Northumberland. But like I say, we'll make our way around now. I think the staff, like I say, they get off early now since the coronavirus. Yeah. Oh, hang on, there's another one just leaving now. No, I don't, it's not what I think I'm doing, it's what I'm doing. Can you remember me from when I was a kid? Yeah, well, what I'm just wondering if you had any comment to make about the staff who've been dismissed for sexual assaults and things like that. Mr. Here, no, Mr. Here, Mr. Barris. What about Governor Nightingale? Does Governor Nightingale still work here? You don't know nothing about it, even though you're a senior officer.
I know nothing.
What about the staff that have been sacked for bringing drugs in, things like that? No, nothing to say. Okay, I'll ask what I want. See if any of these ones got nothing to say. Okay. Nothing to say as well. Just letting the cars drive by, you know. Hello, I was just wondering if you had anything to say about the sexual misconduct that's been going on in this prison.
I'm not aware, no comment.
Well, so Governor Nightingale, do you not know about Governor Nightingale?
No comment.
What about a senior officer here?
I'm not sure you should be actually filming.
What about Mr. Barris?
What about him?
When he got sacked for sexual misconduct?
No comment.
What about Mr. Clark when he assaulted someone in handcuffs? No. Anyone else? No. No, nothing to say, nothing to say. None of them seem to have anything to say. Right, so I think I'll make my way down to reception now. Yes, so this is the main reception. This is where the van goes in, what takes people into custody. They're going through that door there, yes. But like I say, it's quite a corrupt prison, and a lot of members of staff are getting paid thousands of pounds for bringing drugs in for people. So we're just going to go and confront them now to see if they've got any comments to make. This is the main reception bit here. Here we go. We're not gonna enter we're not gonna enter the premises, because obviously that would be trespassing, and we don't want to break the law. So we're just gonna go down, see if anybody has anything to say about the sexual misconduct of the governor, the sexual misconduct of the senior officer, also another senior officer, Mr. Clark, who got sacked for. He got sacked for assault now. Have you got anything to say about the sexual misconduct of Governor Nightingale, who got sacked from this premises? Or senior officer here, who got sacked from this premises? Or what about Officer Barris, who got sacked from this premises for sexual assault as well? What about SO Clark, Senior Officer Clark, who got sacked for assaulting someone whilst in handcuffs? Nobody got nothing to say? What about the staff that's bringing thousands of pounds worth of drugs in for money? Okay then, bye. To be honest, this is one of the good officers here who I've had a lot of time for, off my time spent here. I was just wondering though if you had anything to come out about Governor Nightingale getting sacked for sexual misconduct.
Nothing whatsoever, mate.
What about Senior Officer Clark?
Nothing whatsoever.
No?
Nothing whatsoever.
Alright.
You're going to get out of here. No, out.
I'm not in.
Out.
I'm not in.
Yeah, out.
No one got anything to say.
Nightingale.
Oh, it's Governor Nightingale back, is he?
Mr. Martin, have you got something? Can you spare a minute?
I thought you said Governor Nightingale.
No, it's not Nightingale.
Because didn't all this Mr. Governor Nightingale not work here no more?
He stopped the staff being stopped out here.
No, I never stopped anyone. I walked past and asked questions.
You've just badgered the life out of somebody.
No, I didn't. But I've got it all on video, so I will show it. If you want to call the police, call the police.
They're on the way, right?
Yes, well that's good, because we're going to ask the police for their opinion of when the governor... No, thank you. Is any of the staff here who used to bring drugs in for folk? Because I know quite a lot of staff that used to bring drugs in for folk. Like some Mr. Crow, Officer Crow, he used to get paid thousands of pounds, Officer Crow. So I was just wondering if any of the likes of them, that's it. That were about. You know who might have a comment to make about when them used to get paid thousands of pounds. So you've got nothing to say about Officer Clark, who assaulted someone whilst in handcuffs? And he lost his job through that, didn't he? No, yes, no. What about, what was his name again? Senior Officer here. Didn't he lose his job for sexual misconduct as well? Do you have anything to say about Officer Nightingale and that, who was sacked for sexual misconduct? No, I didn't think he would have anything to say, because if he had good things to say about it, he would have an opinion. But are you getting paid any money for smuggling drugs in like the rest of the staff? No comment? Okay then. We'll just carry on talking, yeah, see if anyone's got anything to say. At least I'm not trespassing, I'm just standing at the door, asking opinions, but because it's negativity, they don't seem to have anything to say. If I was praising the prison, obviously they would have something to say, but like I say, nothing to say. But yeah, whilst I was here, there was Governor Nightingale got sacked for sexual misconduct. Officer here, who was a senior officer, he also got sacked for sexual misconduct. And then there was an officer named Officer Barris, he got sacked for sexual misconduct. And then there was also, by the way, there was another senior officer who got sacked for assaulting somebody whilst they were already restrained and placed in handcuffs. Then there was Officer Kishiro, he got sacked for bringing drugs in for people. And then there was also Officer Henderson, who got sacked for his conduct. The list can go on and on. I used to have a neighbour who, there was an officer in here who used to get paid £1,000 for every 10 sheets of spice, which is an illegal drug in here. Used to get paid £1,000 for every 10 sheets of spice he would bring in for one of the people on the wing. So, you know, it didn't used to be like this as prison when it was under Her Majesty's Prison Service, but now it's turned to SEDEC, so there's a lot of corruption going on, a lot of corruption. I have a brain injury through this place. I got stabbed in the brain in this place. While I was in hospital for 8 days, when I come back I received a nicking sheet for getting stabbed. Right, so also I was fitting because I'm epileptic. 6 hours I was left to myself for 6 hours. I woke up in intensive care 3 days later. 3 days after getting 6 hours worth of fitting. And I was left to myself for 6 hours. Then again, just left, took the hospital. The handcuffs were placed on me that tight, my hands were swollen, that bad that the junior doctor was demanding that the handcuffs be took off. They weren't took off for 2 days, and now I have nerve damage in both my hands. But the officer in front of us, to be fair, is quite a decent officer, but he just doesn't seem to have a comment to make about the corruption going on inside the prison and the thousands of pounds that the staff are making of bringing the drugs and mobile phones in. Because let me say one thing, there was an inspection from the Her Majesty's Prison Inspectors about what was happening through the lockdown. The staff in this place, when there was a lockdown, if people took too long to go back to their cells, they would be banged up the next day, 24 hours, and then let out the day after. But when the inspectors came to this place, they told them that was against the rules, and they weren't allowed to do that no more. So this is like I said, they just do what they want to do. They want to get away with, and it's absolute corruption. But none of them seem to have comments. I think if I was here to say good, positive things, not negative things, they would have probably things to say. But, like I say, as it's negativity, and it's about officers that work in their establishment, they don't seem to have anything to say, because it's negativity. So, but they've seen they're calling the police, so when the police come, I wonder if the police have got anything to say about the corruption that used to go on. The sexual assault that used to go on against women. The officers have been sacked for bringing drugs in. The officers have been sacked for misconduct. The officers have been sacked for assault. If we'd done things like that when we weren't in prison, or if we are just on the street, obviously we would be placed in this establishment because it's a crime. But good officers get away with it in here and nothing seems to happen to them. So I'm just waiting here to see if anyone would like to come out and maybe comment on the negativity of the establishment and the people that are running it. Do you have any comment to make? No? Are the police on the way?
Not for me to say that.
Is it not? Not just with you being an officer here, I thought you might have been able to explain if the police were on the way. Because I would like the police to come, to be quite honest, so I can go through what's actually happened inside this establishment about the sexual misconduct of the officers in this establishment. Oh, there's one of the governors there. While I was in this establishment, I got 8 nickings. Every single one of them nickings was dismissed because they were just trying to get me to be punished as much as possible. I got found guilty on one. I got found guilty on one of them nickings, which there was that many lies in it. They'd done that much to get us punished. When I wrote to the prison ombudsman overturned it on appeal. So for the prison ombudsman to overturn it on appeal obviously says a lot. That the staff up here as a governor, I'll ask him if he's got any comment to make about the other governor that got sacked for sexual misconduct. I've just seen it up, yeah, he is, yeah. Hello, Governor. I was just wondering if you had any comment to make about Governor Nightingale who got sacked for sexual misconduct.
No comment, thank you.
What about Officer here who got sacked for sexual misconduct?
No comment.
What about Officer Barrett who got sacked for sexual misconduct?
No comment, thank you.
What about Senior Officer Clark who got sacked for assaulting somebody while placing handcuffs?
I've got no comment.
No comment?
No.
Why not?
Because I have no comment to make, thank you.
If it was positive, would you have comments to say? What about all the drugs that seem to be getting smuggled into this prison? What about when the prison inspectors come to this prison and you were keeping people banged up for 24 hours for being late to get back to their cells? And the inspectors for Her Majesty's Prison said that that wasn't allowed. So basically, what you were doing there was going against the rules of the prison law. Well, do you have a comment about that?
I have no comment to make, thank
So you
you.
don't have no comment about the rules you were breaking?
I've got no comment to make, thank you.
But do you agree with breaking rules?
I've got no comment, thank you.
But I'm asking, what if it was positivity I was asking about?
I've got
Would you
no
have
comment.
any comment then?
No
What
comment.
about all the staff that's bringing mobile phones in and drugs and that?
No comment.
Officer Crowe used to get paid £1,000 for bringing 10 sheets of spice in.
I've got no comment.
No comment? What if I said it was such a brilliant establishment? What about when can you remember, I don't know if you remember me of when I was in here and I was fitting epileptic fits for 6 hours in my cell and I was in intensive care. The handcuffs were placed that tight. The junior doctor was asking you, oh yes, well, bye-bye. I'll go down and ask the rest. Yeah, so that's another governor there. He didn't seem to have anything to say because they all know they're in the wrong. So we're just going to make our way back to reception now to see if any of the other staff that are just about to leave. By the way, they leave a lot earlier now through the coronavirus. They used to finish at 7 o'clock, but now they finish at 5 o'clock. So, you know, proves the way they are, proves what they want to do. They get away with everything they want to do. If people on the streets were doing the sexual activity that them do, then I could only imagine there would be a prisoner inside this prison themselves. But because it's members of staff that are doing these kind of things, they seem to be getting away with everything. But like I say, we'll head back to reception, see if any of our staff have got any comments, because they're just about to leave now early, like they do. So we'll go back down to the main doors. They said they've called the police. I would like the police to come to see what the police think about the sexual misconduct of the staff. So just going to wait at the door here for other officers to be leaving, see if any of them have got any comment to make. Still no comment to make? Because I've just asked Governor Martin there, and Governor Martin did have no comment to make about the sexual misconduct. Can you remember officer here? Senior officer here? You can't remember him. He was a colleague of yours. And but didn't he get sacked for sexual misconduct? It's only because I've looked it up on the Freedom of Information Act, and it says that officer here was sacked for sexual misconduct. It also says about Governor Nightingale, who also got sacked for sexual misconduct. Oh, and sorry, I forgot about Officer Barris, who got sacked for sexual misconduct. And then there was also Senior Officer Clark.
What number is that?
Who got the Senior Officer Clark, I don't know if you can remember him. Senior officer, meant to be above all other officers. Didn't he get sacked for attacking someone whilst they were already placed in handcuffs? Can you not remember that neither? Can you remember? I don't know if you can remember when I was having epileptic fits for over the space of 6 hours and I was took into intensive care. Can you remember that? No. I was in intensive care and the handcuffs were placed that tight on us that I now have nerve damage on both hands. The junior doctor was telling you to take them off, but you wouldn't. So, like I say, I'll just be here waiting for the staff to leave to see if any of them have got any comments to make. So for now, I'll just be stood outside. Yes, none of them seem to have anything to make, so we're just going to have a little wander around. Just going to have a little wander around. This is the visits area here. This is where, I mean, it's that bad in this, how easy it is. Oh, there's a rabbit. Hello, bee rabbit. Right, we're just going to have a little wander. Escape me. So we're just going to go over to this side. This is the side where none of the paedophiles are. This is where the normal prisoners are. So, as I think I can see there, yes, that's the normal side of the prison. It's a Category C prison, like I said. It's a very corrupt prison. The officers that are making thousands of pounds from bringing drugs, mobile phones in. It's just absolutely disgraceful. So at one point when the lockdown first started and the officers were doing cell searches, they were finding that many mobile phones. They found that many mobile phones. Then all other same people were getting searched again, and they were, oh, there's another officer there. I wonder if he's got a comment to make. Any comment? Any comment about the misconduct in the prison? Any comment about Governor Nightingale getting sacked for sexual misconduct? Any comment about officer here who got sacked for sexual misconduct? None of yous? No? Like I say, I've seen these videos before, so it made us think that I may as well come up here myself and do a video, because of the things that these officers are actually getting away with is absolutely unreal. The amount of mobile phones that were caught during the COVID lockdown was absolutely unreal. And then the same people were getting found with them again. Not just little phones, like really big phones, iPhones. So there's only one way their mobile phones could be getting into this establishment, and that is for officers bringing them in. Like Officer Crow, who used to get paid £1,000 for every 10 sheets of spice paper, which is a serious drug what puts a lot of people in hospital. Used to get paid £1,000 for every 10 sheets he used to bring in. And then he also used to go in the cell with the person he used to bring it in for and snort cocaine with him. What kind of people are these hiring in this prison? This prison is meant to be for criminals, not to have criminals working in the establishment. It's meant to be to look after criminals, make sure criminals are safe. But they don't do like that. They want to fight, they think this, they think that. And they have a lot of bother because of the way they treat the prisoners in here. But like I say, this is just the way they are. They've just got absolutely nothing to say because they know they're so much in the wrong. So we're going to stand about for a little bit longer and see if any other staff have got anything to say. But not in the way they are, because like I say, I'm ashamed to say it, but I was in here for 4 years and the treatment that they used to give people was absolutely disgraceful. So we'll stand a little bit further back and see if any other officers are due to leave, and then we'll ask them and see if them have got a comment about the sexual misconduct of 3 officers, what I know, sexual misconduct against female officers, and them are meant to be members of staff. Freedom of Information Act, if you want to look it up yourself, you will see what I mean. Officer Hay, who was a senior officer, Governor Nightingale, who was a senior officer, and Governor Nightingale was a governor, not a senior officer. Officer Hay was the senior officer. And then there was also Officer Barris. He got sacked for sexual misconduct. And then there was Officer Kishiro, who got sacked for bringing drugs in. Then there was another senior officer, like I said before, Officer Clark, Senior Officer Clark, who got sacked for assaulting somebody after they'd already been assaulted by staff, placed in handcuffs, and then assaulted again while she was placed in handcuffs. So he lost his job for that as well. But none of them seem to want anything to say, so we're just going to have a little wander around the premises. We'll go around the fences and that, and we'll have a little look about, see if anyone's got anything to say. So let's go on a little wander. Yes, this is the main part of the wings. Like I say, this is where the cons are. They get this treatment they get in here. Fair enough, I know they're criminals, but the treatment they actually get in here of the staff, so violent, the staff. Honest, never known anything like it. So we're going to have a little walk around, see if anyone else has got anything to say, any comments to make or anything like that. But I very much doubt they will, because they know they're so much in the wrong. So here we go. This is a little wander of the premises. Doesn't look like clean over there, does it? Looks like the... Doesn't look like... Oh, you'd think they'd at least get rid of the mess. So, right. Where we're at. Right, this is the perimeter fence, so we're going to have a little walk around here, see if any staff have anything to say about that. Yes, so I'm not, still private property. It's not private property because it's a public access here, so we're just going to have a little walk around, see what's happening. See who's got to say anything, because no doubt when they see we're walking the premises, they'll probably have something to say then. But time to find out. Where we're at now. Yes, by the looks of it, that's one of the normal wings there, not the paedophile wings. Which the paedophiles, honest, to be quite honest, get all the best jobs. And like I was saying earlier, they get making face masks for the NHS. For paedophiles making face masks for the NHS to wear. Who would want to wear a mask that a sexual abuser or a paedophile had wore? Because I know I wouldn't, and I know I don't want any of my family to do that neither. So we're just about to approach one of the wings here. Anybody there? Just trying to see if we can have a little look onto the wings. Doesn't seem to be available to see. So we'll walk back round to the office, see if there's any staff there and they've got anything to see again. Hey. I mean, look at the fence. No wonder the drugs that are getting over there. I mean, if you wanted to, we could easily climb that. But, like I say, 20, 30 people get walked to work on that, and they take 2 officers to walk 20 or 30 people through this part of the prison here. No wonder the drugs are getting over so easy. It's absolutely disgraceful. Right, just making my way back round here to reception. Obviously I've spoken to one governor, he didn't have no comment to make. We'll just see if we can see any other officers. See if them have got any comments to make. Nah, can't see anything up there. Go back to the section, see if we've got any comments to make from there. Hey, this place. To be quite honest, I don't think it would actually be like this if it was HM Prison Services still running it, but it's a deck, so I mean, some of the staff are only in their early 20s and they like to think they can, you know, be part of the prison, be part of the prisoners. I've seen many of prisoners and staff arguing, and staff have actually said to prisoners, we'll have a fight. We'll go in the cell and we'll have a fight. What kind of member of staff would say that when it's their job to protect the prisoners? No, still no one there. Any comment to make? I'm back. No? Nothing to say about the sexual misconduct what goes on in this prison? Can you remember Officer here? No. Can you remember Governor Nightingale? He was also sacked for sexual misconduct. And all I'm asking for is a comment about it. I mean, you obviously don't like sex offenders and criminals because you work in an establishment what punishes people like that. So for your members of staff to be doing things worse than what average criminals are in for, sexual misconduct against female officers, could only imagine what other officers are getting up to. The thousands of pounds that officers were making for bringing drugs in is absolutely unreal. But we'll stay that up. There's another officer there. I wonder if he's got a comment to make. Probably not. Any comment to make? No. None of them seem to have. They seem to just be hiding. But we'll wait here for the police. See if the police have got any comment to make about the sexual misconduct and the drug smuggling that was getting brought into the prison. So, are the police on the way? Yes, no? Okay then. Does it say when entering the prison, all staff and visitors will be required to move the following items? Oh, well, look there, actually. Doesn't say nothing about the mobile phone there, does it? So I'm a visitor, money, ID cards, bracelet, watches. Yeah. All right, so I'll be able to go and sit myself down. You shouldn't have a sit down because it doesn't say you're allowed mobile phones. Just with it being raining, I'm going to have myself a sit down, wait for the police. Hello. Any comment to make? Pardon? I know it says visitors.
You're not a visitor.
I am, because I'm visiting.
Visiting time's finished.
What?
Stand outside.
No, I'm not visiting a visitor.
Outside the door, please.
Would you not? Why would you not rather just make a comment about Governor Nightingale?
No.
Officer here?
No.
Officer Clark?
Don't know them.
Officer Barris?
Don't know them.
No? Officer Kishuro?
Don't know them.
You don't know them? I just started this job. Hiya. Alright. It's funny because I've been coming here for a long time and I already know it. Any of you's got a comment to make about the sexual misconduct and the drug smuggling by the officers in this prison? No? None of you? Do you agree with sexual misconduct? Do you agree with sexual abuse? Yes, no? So I take that maybe you could agree with it if you're saying no. If you're not saying no. Do you think that it is right for a male to sexually abuse a woman? Yes, no? Any of yous? No? I mean, it makes it even worse that it's a governor. The governor of a prison sexually abusing a woman. None of yous, no. If I had praise to say about this prison, would you have anything to comment about?
Yes.
You would have something to say if it was praising.
Can you leave the prison, please?
I can if I wanted to, but I don't need to.
You do, because you're trespassing at the
No, I'm not, because it says on there, visitors.
You're not a visitor.
Well, I am, because I'm visiting.
You're not visiting anybody in the establishment.
Well, I'm visiting you to ask your opinions on the sexual abuse and the drug smuggling that goes on. And I wouldn't have come in with my mobile phone, but on there it says items not to be brought in. It doesn't say nothing about the mobile phone not to be brought in.
Well, you mustn't be able to read, because it does.
Does it? If you come out and show me now, I will leave the premises and delete this video. Do you want to come out and show me where I can't read?
Just leave the establishment.
No, thank you. I'll wait for the police to come. Right. Okay. Well, they'll be long, you know, because there's a bus due soon. They probably don't want to come because they know no laws are getting broken. Maybe. Do you think that could be why? No? Yes? No? Nothing to say? Do you know what? I was in here a couple of years ago and I'm epileptic and I was fitting for 6 hours. And I was left in my cell for 6 hours while having epileptic fits over the space of 6 hours. I was took to intensive care. And I was left handcuffs on that tight. The doctors were telling the officers that the handcuffs needed taken off because the treatment I was getting wasn't getting through my body properly because the handcuffs were that tight. I've now got permanent nerve damage. And who's got anything to say because he's obviously not listening. So, like I say, I've got permanent nerve damage on both my hands. The doctor, who obviously knows a lot more about medical things than staff, was saying these need taken off. I'm not a high risk. I've got nothing to need cuffed like that for. And now my hands are damaged to it. And I've got a claim going. So, still no comment? No? Any who's got a comment? No? I'll ask someone coming out here if any of them have got a comment. Well, still stood here. Obviously I wouldn't be in here with my phone, but there's a sign on the door saying things to be left out there. It doesn't mention a mobile phone, so I'm in here videoing. Just to try and get comments about the behaviour of the staff. But, like I say, Sodexo, when HMP prison ran this prison, there was nothing like this going on. But now Sodexo has took over and some of the staff that actually have that work here. I was just wondering if you would have any comment to say about Governor Nightingale's senior officer here. No sexual misconduct. Do you know them officers? No? Okay then. I think there's some officers coming out here, so we'll see if them have got any comment to make. Hello? Yeah, some officers. We'll ask them. Just wondering if you had any comment to make about Governor Nightingale who got sacked for sexual misconduct.
Who's he?
Who was he? What about senior officer here, who also got sacked for sexual misconduct? Or Officer Barris, who got sacked for sexual... None of you seem to have very good memories.
We're not officers.
Right, doesn't matter, you work in Yass, so you're an officer. Nah. Well, I'll give it 5 more minutes going here and see if anyone else has got anything to say. Hello, again. Yes, I obviously can't read because I've just had a read of it again. It doesn't say nothing about coming in without a mobile phone. So obviously, you don't know very well the rules of your establishment. Yeah? No? Cat got your tongue? Could I just ask you one thing and then I'll leave? Can you remember Governor Nightingale? Yes? No? Can you remember senior officer here? Any years? Can you remember Officer Barris? 3 officers who got sacked for sexual misconduct. And then there was also Senior Officer Clark who got sacked, like I keep saying, I'll keep repeating myself until I get a reply. Senior Officer Clark who assaulted somebody who had already been restrained, placed in handcuffs, and then assaulted by Senior Officer Clark. And I don't know if you can remember Officer Kishiro, who was sacked for bringing drugs in to other officers. Or have you not worked here, like you said, you haven't worked here that very long, hey? No? Yes? Oh, yeah. Well, I thought the police were arriving. Are the police coming? Anybody? Nobody? Police? Anywhere? Just I would like to ask the police on their opinion of the sexual misconduct that goes on in this prison. And like I say, if there's sexual misconduct going on in this prison against officers, could you imagine what officers that are actual homosexuals are getting up to with other inmates? No opinion on that? No? Oh well. Just out of curiosity, I don't know, I'm not saying anything bad about you, but you aren't involved in smuggling drugs in for prisoners, are you? No? Okay then. Any idea how long the police will be, because the bus is due soon? Any idea? Hello? Any idea how long the police will be? Or do you think the police might not turn up because I'm not doing anything wrong? No? Hey. This is when you know that officers know that there's things going wrong inside the prison because they have no comment to make. If I was coming to this prison and praising how good this prison is, I bet you the officers would have something very, very opinionated to say. But because the officers know that there's really bad things happening in this establishment, that is why they don't have a comment to make. Is that right, do you think? Anybody? Nobody? No. Okay, now I see there's a seat here, so I'll just be sitting on this seat here waiting for the officers, right? The police officers, I mean. Proper officers with authority, not like yourselves who break the law just as bad as criminals who belong in this place. Okay, I'll be on this seat. Waiting for the police. I don't know, they're saying the police are on the way, so I would like the police to come to see if they comment about the sexual misconduct, things like that. I mean, because if there's one thing, fair enough, but sexual misconduct by officers, oh. Anyone else? Hello! Back again. Yeah?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, look. No, I'm not trespassing, look. Staff and visitors.
Searching.
I am a visitor. Not allowed to bring in a bag, a coat, a cardigan, a belt, a keychain, watches, bracelets, ID card or money. Which I don't have anything like that on me. He says I can't read because it says phones as well, but obviously I can't read because the phone is on it now and it says nothing about not bringing mobile phones in, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I didn't know.
Oh, hello. Just wondering if you could tell us how long the police could be. Just as a bus due soon, I would like to be getting myself on my way. Because I would like the police's opinion on the sexual behaviour of staff. No? What about the drug smuggling? Still no comment? No. Is it? Good. Yes, yeah, they are. I'll ask the police. I'll wait in here and ask them though. Yeah, I'll go out now. I'll ask you. Nice to meet you. Goodbye.
He has a police here. We're trying to keep it on there. To see what he's got to do. I'll walk away.
So here's the police here. What I want to do is really want to know what the officers have got to say about the behaviour of the staff in this establishment. Hello, officers.
All right, how you doing?
Yes, I'm doing all right. What does the red lines mean?
Sorry?
What does double red lines mean?
Double red lines.
Yeah, 'cause I know double yellow lines mean not to park on.
Right.
So I was just wondering.
We're just going to come and speak to the prison.
All right, I would prefer you to speak to me because I was just in that establishment.
Right.
And I was just wondering if you would have any comment to make about, I can tell you about a governor who got sacked for sexual misconduct,
Right.
a senior officer who got sacked for the same thing, sexual misconduct,
Right.
another senior officer who assaulted a person that was in handcuffs and they'd already been restrained. Then there was another normal officer who got sacked for sexual misconduct. Then there was another officer who got sacked for bringing drugs in.
Right.
I know of another officer who used to get paid £1,000 for every 10 sheets he used to bring in a paper space for one of the lads on the wing.
Yeah.
He used to go in the pad and snort cocaine with them.
Right.
So I was just wondering, you know, I wanted to come up and see what the staff had to say about things like that, because that's a place where people like the governors who got sacked and the senior
Do
officers.
you think it would be very professional for any members of staff to make any comment?
Well, I think yes, would.
I think probably the best idea is to go through a solicitor and send
No,
send
I
a
don't
letter.
want to. No, I think if I come up here and praised how good them staff are and said he is doing a really good job, they would have something to say.
Right.
Do you
Probably
think
say,
that?
I'd probably say thank you,
Yeah.
but I don't think
But-
we'll get into any further conversation about
No, I know they would.
it. Right.
So
I don't think
So
anyone's gonna...
what's your purpose here today? What you hope to achieve?
just to ask the staff what they think of the sexual abuse that used to go on inside this prison.
Have you asked them?
Yes.
And have you had the answer you want?
No.
No.
That's why I've kept asking it.
Right. Okay.
I think obviously if you've asked them and they don't want to make a comment, then it's not going to change, is it?
Well, no, that's why I've been asking different officers.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I would imagine...
Do you agree with sexual misconduct? Where do you think people who do sexual crimes belong?
Well, we all know the answers to the questions you're asking.
Right, so no, I'm just asking you a question. Where do you think they belong?
We all know the questions.
No, but
The
well,
answers to the
no,
questions.
because no, I'm just asking where you think they belong. Do you think they belong on this side of the fence or that side of the fence?
Well, we know the answer to that, don't we?
On that side of the fence, right?
Kind of a rhetorical question.
So no, I'm
It's
just
kind of a rhetorical question. you're
no. What
asking.
does rhetorical mean?
It doesn't really need an answer. You know the answer.
Yeah.
Straight away.
So how come? What I'd like to know is how come the two officers that have been sacked for sexual misconduct and the governor?
You're going to ask me about things I don't know about, so I can't answer your question.
Well, do you not think things like that should be looked into by the police?
Well,
Use police.
I would imagine it would have had to be reported.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're talking about individual specific cases.
Yeah.
Now that
Oh, I can tell you how they were. Governor Nightingale, senior officer here.
We're going to go
Right, okay, I'll be sitting on the seat in there. Right, so the police are here. I've asked them their opinion, but they don't seem to want to have an opinion. Like, they haven't been too bad, they've spoken of it. But, you know.
Hello.
I haven't got a watch on by any chance, are you? Just watches on, allowed bracelets.
No.
ID, you haven't got nothing like that on you?
No.
Okay. Then. Right, so the police are in there now. Just trying to see what the staff have to say to the police. I hope they're not going to be too much longer because we're going to miss the bus.
What time's the next one?
It was an hour after that. Probably be due soon, so we'll just see what the police officers have got to say about the, like I keep saying, I keep repeating myself, but the sexual misconduct by the staff in here. Pardon?
6:80.
That what time it's due?
Yeah,
Is that what time it's due?
I think it's due 6:18, I'm not sure.
What time on now?
6:18.
Is it?
Yep.
Just want to try and catch the officer's opinion of what's been going on inside the establishment.
I think they're not going to answer any question. We'll be better off going away.
But then if we walk away, they're going to think they've won.
Right. I didn't do anything, you know, you've been there.
Can
They
it?
moved the bus stop to the top, haven't they?
Because look, staff and visitors. I'm a visitor. I'm only visiting. This side.
Quality of life services. That's it.
Quality of life. Imagine the quality of life being sexual abuse inside the
Yeah.
prison.
They can't even save life. Well, yeah, that's sure, isn't it?
Aye, let him. Probably another senior officer that sexually abuses members of staff.
Yeah, There's a big chief to have a word with him. Oh. Man, I don't know. The police officers are probably having a good cup of tea one day.
Probably.
Probably be checking with somebody high up to see if they're removal from the premises.
No, well, that was Governor Martin there who left.
Is that who it was?
Yes, that was Governor Martin.
Yeah.
He knew there was nothing to do, so that's why he just said no comment, no comment, no comment.
I think the prison officer just made the two police officers to come on.
Probably.
Yeah, did the officer say come in, have a seat?
No, I just said to visit us, so I said, I'm a visitor, I'm visiting the establishment, so I thought I'd go and sit down. Doesn't say no trespassing anywhere in here, does it? No.
Who started let him in that one?
That'll be the door where all the drugs go through, you know, where the members of staff who take the drugs, like Special Officer Crow.
Yeah.
That's the one that used to get paid £1,000 for every 10 sheets of A4 space paper I used to bring in. And then he also used to go in the pad and snort cocaine with the person he used to bring it in for. Hey.
They reckon it's more drugs inside here.
Yeah, and there's only one way the drugs are getting in lately, and that's through staff.
Yeah, that's correct.
But, you know, Sodexo for you. I could imagine if this was still an HMP prison, none of this would be going on, but Sodexo,
Yeah, you know. It takes 3 weeks of training to be a prison officer now. It's all been good.
hey, nothing this year, nothing this year.
I'll just have a little look and see how I'm feeling, drinking, come on. One family at a time. You wouldn't got to be 2 meters apart.
Yes, seemed to be taking a long time, probably sitting in there having a cup of coffee. It's a good job the officers have been sacked for sexual misconduct on in there anymore, isn't it? Because the police officers might have been victims of that.
Rubbish, sweet paper, can't drop in the flower bed. Wouldn't you think it'd be good for our job to tidy up?
Not a prisoners, a member of staff.
Got to be communication devices, big things, which is no very good. Strong code devices, cameras, prohibit within this establishment. Prisoners can't do it.
Yeah, didn't seem to be like they're out in any time of hurry. Excuse me, any idea how long the police are going to be? Just we've got a bus to catch. No? Oh, this could be them, yeah. Here they are, yeah. Yeah. Hello again.
How we doing?
Yeah.
You planning on hanging out for a while?
Aye, maybe.
Right, champion. We'll just do the same as well then.
Right, okay. Oh, you're not got nothing better to do. No criminals out there you need to catch.
There is, but you're causing me to be here, so...
Why am I causing it to be here?
Because you're videoing at prison,
What's wrong with that?
right? Okay.
What law am I breaking?
Did I say... So are you putting words in my mouth? Did
No,
I-
I'm asking a simple question.
It causes concern.
What?
Yeah.
So the
That's-
police,
that's to prison.
police sometimes respond to concerns.
Right,
rather
what's
than
the
crimes.
concern?
That it's not normal for someone to be videoing at prison.
How isn't it normal?
Well, I'm just saying that.
Well, but anything in eyesight is allowed to be recorded.
Right,
So this is in my eyesight.
right,
It's not private property.
okay.
So what am I doing wrong?
Causing concern
Why? What's the concern?
that you're videoing at a prison.
But
I can. Do you want me to write it down for you?
no, I don't need to write it down first. But what I'm saying is, how's it concern? Well, it's a concern for me, you's been there.
Sorry.
It's a concern for me, you's been there.
Okay, get yourself right then.
No, you get yourself it. Okay, go on. Did they have anything to say about the sexual behaviour of the staff in there? Or did they leave that out? Did they not have anything to say about the sexual misconduct where the officers lost their jobs for in there? Did they not have anything to say about it?
I didn't even ask them about it.
Did you not? Why? Would you not? Well, you being a police officer, would that not be something that might need investigated?
Do you know what? We're not getting anywhere. I'll just be here while you're here, and then when
Okay.
it's time to leave, I'll leave.
Well, I've got all day, mate. Don't know if you've got any other job to be doing, but as long as you get paid to sit and have a concern, that's fine by me.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll just sit on that seat down there, is that alright? Because it didn't say not to bring phones in or anything like. Oh, you've got a watch on there.
I do.
Hello. Can you just read that a minute, please?
No.
Why? Can you not read?
I'm not visiting the prison.
Yeah, well, where are you?
Sorry?
Where are you?
I'm at the prison, but I'm not inside it.
Well, what's it?
If you read it though, it says that it's got to go through the X-ray scanner.
No. It is.
That's when you go in through there.
Right, so can I go? So can I come in now? Listen, because them said I couldn't.
Right, I don't know.
So obviously, if that's just to be X-ray, then I can't. So am I allowed to take a seat down there before I do? Well, I'm just asking you the law.
It's up to you. Go and have a seat if you want to have a seat.
So I won't be breaking the law if I sit down there and have a seat. Obviously, I want to be educated about the law, so I'm asking, would I be doing anything wrong by?
Don't believe so, no.
No? Is that all right?
Crack on.
Crack on. Thank you very much. Oh, I thought he was staying around, concerned.
We are.
All right.
Yeah.
So these officers here have got nothing else to do. No other people, criminals to be catching. They're concerned that I'm sitting about and they don't want to go out and catch criminals. You know me, like you know I'm doing this good. You're one of the good ones, eh?
The bus is finished at 7 o'clock.
Do you know, for the simple fact of how good of an officer he is, I'm going to leave you now. Right? For the simple fact how good of an officer he is, I'm going to leave you now. Right? How then, we're going to the bus.